All right, everybody, welcome to the Jamez Report. I just finished watching AEW, and we all wanted to know what was the explanation going to be for the sparkler display at the Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match at Revolution that disappointed not only myself, but also so many other wrestling fans and other former wrestlers themselves all around the world. It was an explosion that was never even heard down the street, let alone around the world. As always, if you like this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of AEW last night? I'm only going to be talking about the explanation that was given for the explosion. They started it off by having Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Of those of you who know, who have read the memes, have seen what happened, who watched Revolution as myself, know that when the explosion, where's the boom, went off, Kingston went slump. Kingston sold his heart out for something that was so mediocre and wasn't even a real explosion. That being said, they had them both in a room drinking, I would say, bourbon or Jack Daniels, I would say, and a glass was on fire, and Kingston said, "You think this is a game, Kenny Omega?" And he holds his hand over the flame. They didn't really have an explanation of what happened other than PTSD from being in prison. Eddie Kingston said that's why he went slump. That's why he passed out, because it brought back all these bad memories of his time in prison. I didn't think that was that good of a cover-up. They kind of poked fun at it a little bit, which they should have. They should poke a little bit of fun at it, but it would have been such a bad explanation if they would have left it at that, but they decided to have Kenny Omega, Don Callis, and the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, come out later on in the mid show, and they would explain that, you know what, it's, and Gallows kind of takes a shot, I believe, at WWE, my bad, because Shane McMahon says he's going through the MBA courses, which is about management and how to handle situations. He said also he went through the MBA training, and he said a win-win situation. He said, yeah, sure, we could have had the ring explode, killed Moxley, maimed the hero Eddie Kingston, and we would have walked away with the title, and that would have been a win. But it's a double win, because not only did we walk out of Revolution with the AEW Championship, but Moxley and Kingston was left in the ring looking like idiots and took away that heroic moment from Eddie Kingston. Took away Eddie Kingston's heroic moment. They should have just done this promo right out the gate. Left Moxley, left Kingston alone. And they said, even Don Callis went on to say, was it a mistake or did we do it on purpose? I'm not going to tell you. That's what a heel does. That's how you play with the emotions of fans. You know what? I don't know if it was a fake or a dud. I would say it probably was a dud. I would say that it was a botched finish. I don't think they purposely did that. But playing it off that way, saying, you know what? We're not going to tell you if it was a botch or not. Because now you got Moxley and Kingston looking like complete morons in the ring, looking like idiots. And it builds a sympathy towards them two as faces and puts the heat on Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers and Don Callis. It puts the heat on Kenny. That's the perfect way, in my opinion, that you play that out. That you set that up. You don't need to go in any more explanation. You don't need to go through the details of what really happened. Just you addressed it. You bring it back to yourself, saying, you know what? Now you guys look like idiots out there in the middle of the ring, and I'm not going to tell you if it was if we meant that to happen or not. You take the pressure off the company. People's either going to buy it or they're not going to buy it. They're not really making it part of the storyline. They are, but they ain't. And I think it just worked out perfectly. So they should have never done Moxley and Eddie Kingston's promo. They should have just left it with Don Callis and Kenny Omega to make sense of it all. And it brought heat, and it really made sense. It really took what Kingston and them said earlier in the night and took it away, and it made it pointless of what they said. Yeah, they was confused, but you didn't need the promo to do that. And only addressing it one time. If you keep addressing it, you just keep reminding people of the botch. Don't keep reminding us of the botch. In today's society, we live and move on. We live and move on. Accidents happen inside the wrestling ring. Things don't always go as planned. Yeah, you got called out on it. Yes, you addressed it. Now move on. What's next? Kingston would come out there, and Don Callis would say, you know why we fired you, Kingston? Because just as soon as you get ready to reach for that grass ring, you blow it, just like you blew it at Revolution. Moxley and Kingston would jump the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega, get them out of the ring. Don Callis would get out of the ring, and Christian Cage, the man who was the special reveal at Revolution, who wasn't that great of a reveal, but it was good enough, and I accept the fact that Christian Cage, we're going to get to see him wrestle in the ring again here very shortly and here very soon. Will come out, him and Omega would have a face-to-face, and Omega, and this is if there's one thing I don't understand, and I'm not down talking AEW because I feel like they did a decent job overall. The show wasn't perfect. The match where they had the football noises and that going on, and you couldn't hear the commentating, you couldn't hear what was going on in the ring. That's another video for another day. But Omega would get saved by Callis, pulled out from getting hit by the kill switch by Christian. He leaves the title belt in the ring, and Christian Cage picks up the title, looks at it, and lays it back down. Is that going to be Kenny Omega's next challenger? I think they're leaning towards Eddie Kingston first, but then I see Christian Cage for sure being the next challenger. Here's the thing about Christian joining AEW. The things that he's going to bring to the table to the people backstage, that's where the money is. I don't know what he can still do in the ring. I don't know all the abilities. I got to see him at the Royal Rumble, but that's the Royal Rumble. Can he do a one-on-one match? I would say yes, he can. Christian is one of the most underrated performers ever inside the ring. You hear about Booker T talking about him, bragging him up. Bully Ray brags him up. Every wrestler that ever talks about Christian brags up Christian and how good he is in the ring. He's always had to live in the shadow of Edge. So him being on AEW, he's not going to have the shadow of Edge. He's going to be able to go in there, and I believe he's going to win the title from Kenny Omega when that time comes. But the one thing I don't understand, as a champion, why would you leave your title in the ring? Get that title back. That's your title. You're telling me that title doesn't mean as much to you as it should. Don't leave your title laying around, people. If you have a championship, hold on to that title. Hold on to that title. Overall, AEW was a pretty decent show. My DVR did not get to record NXT, so I can't even compare what show was better. So overall, AEW did a pretty decent job at explaining in Kenny Omega's promo what happened at Revolution. Sure, we'll always remember that day as being a botch. Sure, we'll always have that memory of, man, the one time AEW dropped the ball. But guess what? You move forward. You pick your big boy pants up. You move forward. Look, accidents happen. Overall, decent AEW. I look forward to see what they're going to do with Christian Cage. I look forward to see what they're going to do with the rest of AEW as this year goes out. And I'm imagining once states start opening up, you're going to get to have the live audience that you used to have for full capacity or close to. That all being said, as always, if you liked the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Don't be afraid to comment what you thought about what happened on AEW, on anything that happened on AEW. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.